If someone's told you that your offer is too expensive, or you might be thinking that your audience is thinking that your offer might be too expensive, it is not because of the price. It is because you didn't give their brain a reference point. Right now, you could sell a course for $47 and you think it's expensive, or you could sell the same course for, I don't know, $497, and you think it's a steal. It's the same content, different price, but a completely different perception. And in the next 15 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what works. And in this video, you are going to learn the psychology principle that controls how people perceive price, why your offer might feel expensive, even if it's not, how to frame your pricing so people say, that's it. The biggest mistake people make with pricing psychology, and the real examples that you can use today. In this fourth episode of this playlist that I suggest you go through if you want to start making consistent sales, we are going to talk about another extremely important psychological principle that you need to integrate in your marketing. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use it so you can start making consistent sales. If you would like to speed track this process, check out the link in the description. If not that, go through this playlist, like every video, make some notes, leave me some comments, and indeed leave me some questions. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. So here's the problem most people face. You create an offer, you price it at what you think is fair, maybe $47.97, $297, $997, it doesn't matter. Whichever number you pick, I'm sure it's the right number. However, what you are getting as feedback is, oh, I can't afford it right now, I'm not entirely sure, or you just get plain ghosted after you share your price. So you start thinking, maybe this is too expensive. Maybe I should lower my price. Maybe I could offer a payment plan. Nothing wrong with any of these options. However, this is what's actually happening. Not that your offer is too expensive, it's that you haven't given your audience's brain a reference point so they understand the value. And there are different ways of doing this. Humans are not that great at determining value if they don't have a reference point for it. So they can't really do it if it's in the vacuum. So we don't know if 97 or 997 is expensive. Even with the descriptions that you put in your sales page, we're not quite sure actually. So let me explain the psychology behind this, because once you understand how the brain processes the price, you will never have this problem again. So this principle is called anchoring, and I'm sure you've heard about it, but let me help you today use it forever, over and over and over again, and successfully every single time. And this is how it works. Your brain uses the first piece of information, it receives it as an anchor, reference point to judge everything else. So if I tell you a course costs $997, and then I tell you it's on sale for $297, the brain anchors the $997, and suddenly the $297 feels like a bargain. It is not as simple as this, but this is the basic point that you need to remember and use over and over and over again in your marketing. So what does this do? Your brain compares it to the last thing you bought, the last price you saw, the last thing you heard. And here is how most people misunderstand this principle, because they think it is just about showing a higher price and then discounting it. Was $997, now it's $297. Of course, it doesn't work as easily as that, because that is not the only way to use anchoring. In fact, if you use it that way all the time, your audience is going to figure it out pretty quickly. People feel when they're being just baited into getting them to get their credit card out. So they will know it's fake and this will not work for you. So you need to use these layers that I'm going to teach you in this video. So real anchoring is about framing the value before you even mention the price. This is how I use anchoring in my marketing. And this is what I teach my clients who then go on and start making consistent sales. Principle number 1, anchoring to time. So instead of just saying my course is $97, you could say this course teaches you the exact sales psychology framework I use to make sales every single day. It took me 3 years and thousands of dollars in lost revenue, which is 100% true, to figure this out. You can learn this here for $97. So your brain is now anchoring to 3 years of trial and error, thousands of dollars lost through that, and the value of avoiding that pain. So suddenly these $97 doesn't feel like $97. It feels like a shortcut to what is it that you want to achieve. Principle number 2, anchoring to alternative cost. So most people, I could say most people hire a sales coach for $2,000 to learn this, or they spend months testing and tweaking with no results. But this course gives you the same framework for $97, which is 100% true. Some people pay $2,000 to learn exactly what you're going to learn, what you are learning in this video. And indeed, especially if you go through the playlist. Go through the playlist. It'll change your marketing. You will start making sales. So the principle number 3 is anchoring to results. I could say one client used this framework and made $5,000 in her next launch. Another landed $10K client. The course is $97. And these are all true examples. In fact, I have a client who used this and has reached $35,000 in sales, in affiliate sales in the last 12 months. So this really works. Your brain anchors to the 5K, 10K result. So the $97 keeps feeling like a shortcut, keeps feeling like a really good investment, which it is, which it absolutely is. So you are not making things up. You're not manipulating anyone. You are just helping people anchor to the right things and make the right decision. Now, I would like to take you through a few mistakes that I see people make when promoting their offers. If you're making any of these mistakes, don't worry. Just have a permission right now not to do them any longer. Mistake number 1, they anchor their product and their price to something that is irrelevant to their audience. It seems relevant to them, but it is not relevant to their audience. For example, they say, I spent 100 hours creating this course, so it's worth way more than $997. And your audience is thinking, we just care. We don't care how many hours you've spent doing this. What we care is the transformation your product is going to give us. Anchor to the transformation, not to your effort. Mistake number 2, they use fake anchors. It's normally $997, but it's only $97 today. As I've already mentioned, people figure this out pretty quickly. You may be able to trick one person, but you won't be able to do this over and over again. So yeah, we don't need to do that. And mistake number 3, they don't anchor at all. So they just say the price and expect that people will buy. You need to take your potential client on a journey of discovery. Why is your product the one for them? And this is why you have your sales page or your Google Doc or your explanation in your social media posts, because you need to take your audience through the journey. You need to take their brain on the journey to discovery that your program is the one that they're going to get if they want the real transformation they are looking for. So how do you apply this? Step 1, before you even mention the price, anchor your audience to something bigger. It could be the time it took you to learn this, the cost of alternatives, coaches, programs, trial and error, and etc. The results your previous clients have gotten already, and the pain that they will avoid. And also the transformation that they are going to receive and achieve. Step 2, frame your price as the shortcut or the solution to that bigger thing. You could be spending 2 years figuring this out by yourself, like I did, or you could learn this in 2 hours for $97. Step 3, if you are using a discount or a sale, make sure your anchor price is the real price. So make sure that your course, your program was genuinely, I don't know, 997, 3K, whatever it is, before you discount the price. So that's the fourth psychology principle, the anchoring. If you want to learn all the other psychological triggers that makes your audience's brain say yes to your offers, go through the playlist. There are about 10 or 11 videos. They're not very long. Take notes. Implement every single principle. You'll see your marketing will change. And let me know if something does change, and let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe, like this video, go through the playlist, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for your time.